What's good, everyone? Jets take off. The Jets are playing the Bengals at MetLife. They have a chance to stack up consecutive wins, so it's time to capitalize and take advantage of this and start 2-1. But how are the Jets going to do that against the reigning AFC champions Bengals? Well, the first thing that comes to mind is pass rush has got to get home to Joe Burrow. It is a must, especially with La'el Collins most likely not going to play on Sunday. Even though he's been bad, he's still been in the league for a long time, and he's a lot better than their backup option. But we have to get after Joe Burrow, specifically with a 4 or 5 man rush, because they have a ton of weapons on the outside. Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, Tyler Boyd, who people forget about. Those are 3 very good wide receivers. So I think it will require us to drop back more of our safeties and cornerbacks into coverage in order to deal with all of those weapons and all the threat of all those players, which is why 4-man and 5-man rushes have got to get home to Joe Burrow. The Bengals have, it appears they still have one of the worst offensive lines in football. We have to get after them, especially with the guys who are getting paid top money. This is a Carl Lawson revenge game against the Bengals. I'm expecting a massive game from him with at least 2 sacks, but we have to get to Joe Burrow, because if he has time, he will dice up our secondary, especially with our questionable safety play these past few games, with LaMarcus Joyner and Jordan Whitehead starting. So, number one, we got to get after the Bengals pass rush. It is a must-have. It'll, A, increase chances that the Bengals drives are going to stall, and that B, we can create some turnovers, because whenever Joe Burrow turns the football over, most likely the other team is going to win that football game. So, second way we're going to beat the Bengals is by effectively running the football, because we have been passing way too much lately with an aged Joe Flacco. Way too much, and Mike LaFleur made a point of that in his press conference today as I'm recording this. So we have got to establish the run a lot better. That is the main foundation of the Jets when Mike LaFleur got here, is run the football first to set up the play action passes to then hit those deep threats over down the field, right? Like Elijah Moore and Garrett Wilson. So I expect us to utilize some outside zone runs. We're looking to get Breece Hall more involved. We have a great 1-2 punch in Michael Carter and Breece Hall, and I think we could definitely do it against the Bengals. I think we have to, because if they sit on the pass, I think they will get to Joe Flacco. Honestly, once a team knows that we are going to pass, it makes things a lot easier for them. And with our offensive line, they've gotten a little bit better, but they're still not gelling quite yet. I'm scared of the Bengals pass rush. They could totally get to us, but we have to effectively run the football to then set up the play action. I think we could have those shots down the field. Third way, we cannot beat ourselves. This is key. We cannot fumble the football like we did against the Ravens. We cannot have ill-timed drops. We cannot have fumbles from Tyler Conklin. It cannot happen anymore. If we want to be a good team, we have to find ways to win games, not ways to lose games. And the Jets of the past 4 years or whatever have found ways to lose games. So we cannot find a way to lose this game against the Bengals. And yeah, those are pretty much the main coaching points for this game. Pass rush is the biggest thing in my opinion. We have to. Because Joe Burrow, if he has time, he will find Jamar Chase. I love Sauce Gardner. I love DJ Reed. Jamar Chase is simply a lot better than them. And then we got to run the football. I didn't really talk about it then, but I'm going to talk about it now. The Bengals have a pretty quality secondary. Their cornerback room has done an awfully solid job. Right now, they rank 13th overall in the NFL in pass defense, which is pretty good, given that they play the Cowboys and the Steelers. So their secondary can definitely handle a passing offense, especially with the 37-year-old Joe Flacco. If they send any bit of pressure, I think it could be a little bit of disaster for the Jets if we do not kind of keep the Bengals defenders on their heels and toes. Is it going to be a run play? Is it going to be a pass play? I think the tight ends, by the way, I forgot to mention this, I think the tight ends are essential to this game. Linebacker Jermaine Pratt is listed. He did not practice on Wednesday, and I'm not sure if he practiced today, but he is one of their main linebackers next to Logan Wilson. If he's out, it could bode well for our 2 tight end room, with CJ Uzomah looking to come back. Another revenge game for him is possible, so I love the tight ends. Yeah, let me know what you guys think. I'd love to see another breakout game from Garrett Wilson too. That's definitely something else I'd love to see. Him to solidify himself as that wide receiver 1 for this football team. And hopefully Mike LaFleur has realized now Garrett Wilson should be on the field almost every single snap. So let me know what you think. I'd love to hear all on anything. And yeah, I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.